The first thing most people do during an earthquake is often the mistake that gets them hurt. The ground shifts beneath you. At first it's subtle, a faint vibration through the floor, a glass trembling on the table, a ceiling light swaying slightly overhead. Your brain recognizes the signal almost instantly. Earthquake? The response is immediate and instinctive. Get out. Now. Your eyes snap toward the door because you already know the fastest path outside, the staircase. Your body begins moving before your mind has time to argue, because every survival story you've ever heard says the same thing. Leave the building as fast as possible. But earthquakes don't behave like fires, and the moment you start running may be the moment your risk increases the most, especially if the direction you're running is down the stairs. In most emergencies, running for the exit saves you. Distance from danger usually means survival, but earthquakes follow a different set of rules. Modern buildings are designed to flex and sway, bending slightly to absorb the violent energy moving through the ground. The staircase often doesn't. It's typically built as a rigid block anchored between floors. When those floors begin swaying out of rhythm, the staircase can't flex with them. It gets twisted, pulled in opposite directions by moving levels of concrete and steel. And the escape route everyone is running towards suddenly becomes something else. A structure under shear, the staircase. The real danger in an earthquake isn't just the building, it's motion. Not the slow swaying you see in dramatic footage, but violent lateral acceleration. The ground snapping left, then right, sometimes several times in a single second. Every floor in the building responds slightly differently. One level lags, another overshoots, steel bends, concrete flexes. Engineers design buildings to survive this chaos by allowing them to move like tall, flexible springs. But your body was not designed for that environment. Your balance system expects the ground to behave like ground, stable, predictable. Now imagine trying to run down a staircase while the entire structure beneath you is whipping side to side. Your inner ear loses its reference point. Your steps land half a beat too late. And one small misstep on a staircase doesn't end with a stumble. It ends with gravity taking over. During a strong earthquake, the ground doesn't just move, it accelerates, fast enough that the floor beneath your feet can push sideways with forces approaching half your body weight. Engineers measure this as horizontal acceleration, sometimes reaching 0.3 to 0.6 g in severe shaking. Your balance system was never designed for a surface that suddenly changes direction several times a second. When you're standing still, your muscles and inner ear can still compensate. But when you're moving, every step depends on the floor staying where you expect it to be. On a staircase, that assumption collapses. Each step is narrow. Each landing introduces a sudden drop in elevation. Your body is already leaning forward to descend. The moment the floor shifts, that forward momentum keeps going even when your footing disappears. One mistimed step, one sudden lateral jolt, and the physics of a staircase turns a small loss of balance into something far more violent. Because gravity doesn't negotiate with motion, the first fatal mistake is the one we've already seen: running immediately. The moment the shaking begins, the human brain wants distance from danger. Doors, hallways, stairwells. Anything that looks like an exit suddenly feels like safety. But while the structure is still moving, your body is trying to run on a surface that refuses to stay still. Each step lands on a floor that may already be moving away from where you expected it to be. The faster you move, the less time your balance system has to correct the error. The safest action in that moment is the opposite of instinct. Drop, cover, hold on, stabilize your body before you try to relocate it. The second mistake happens seconds later, when dozens of people make the same decision at the same time. The stairwell fills. Office workers, residents, hotel guests, all compressing into the same narrow vertical path. One person stumbles on a moving step. Someone behind them can't stop in time. Momentum pushes forward. In a confined stairwell, there is nowhere to fall except into the people below you. The structure is shaking, bodies are moving, and gravity is waiting at the bottom. And then there's the third mistake: moving beneath falling hazards. During earthquakes, many injuries come not from collapsing buildings, but from objects breaking loose inside them. Light fixtures, ceiling panels, glass, sections of plaster. When you're running, your focus narrows to the exit in front of you. You stop scanning above your head. Someone sheltering under sturdy furniture can protect their skull. Someone sprinting down a staircase usually can't. So, why does the instinct to run feel so overwhelming? Because your brain is borrowing survival logic from the wrong disaster. In a fire, escape immediately. Heat spreads, smoke rises, distance buys time. Your nervous system learned the rule long ago, and it applies it automatically the moment danger appears. But an earthquake is different. The threat isn't chasing you through the building. The threat is moving the building itself. And there's another trap working quietly in your mind. Action bias. When something frightening happens, the brain craves motion. Doing something, anything, feels better than standing still. Movement feels like control, but during violent shaking, movement can remove the one advantage you still have: stability. During strong shaking, a fall happens fast. Too fast for correction. One step lands wrong, the floor shifts sideways. Your center of gravity moves past the point of recovery. On flat ground, that might mean a bruise. On a staircase, it means something else entirely. Momentum carries you forward while gravity pulls you down. The fall doesn't stop at the next step. It continues. And in a major earthquake, losing the ability to move can become far more dangerous than the shaking itself. Earthquakes trigger one of the strongest instincts humans have: move, escape, run. But survival in a moving building follows a different rule: stability first, movement later. When the ground begins to shake, your priority is not distance from the structure. It is control of your body and protection of your head. Drop, cover, hold on. Wait until the motion stops before you try to escape. Because the first instinct you feel during an earthquake may not be saving you. It may be putting you exactly where the danger concentrates. So, when the ground moves beneath your feet, will you trust your instinct or override it?